What's up, everyone? This is XV88MARS Playground bringing you another video, and this video is going to be talking about you. A whole lot of other guys is hitting me up and they want to know how to get started of changing their life from working, all right, a 9 to 5 into business, but they say they want to get into the techno world. And this is my advice: learn basic business first, okay? All right. Before I went to school, all right, I didn't know too much. I bought my own books. I learned a whole lot of stuff in business. Get to know people, network with other people. Whatever you work, wherever you work at, just network with those guys, okay? The managers, all right, the supervisors probably know someone else and they probably have books. Start reading more. A whole lot of Americans and a whole lot of people around the world don't read, all right? If you don't want to pick up a book and write, hey, you can go ahead and download it from Amazon, Google, Play Store, buy that book and learn that. My first book, what I saw, that was on Official when I was a kid, and this guy was talking about the 401k, and I learned that, I mastered that. I started getting into stocks, okay? Then I started getting into the business worlds, okay? And when I got in the business world, then I went to school, college dropout as well, Ohio State. And then I started went back to school again to Penn State, and then did that for a minute, all right? But the loans and stuff, hey, we already know how those loans is. But at the same time, knowledge is power. Now, you're going to have a whole lot of stuff revolving around. And that's why I teach my kids no such thing as middle class. And people like, well, it is middle class. If you look at it, just poor and rich. If you're middle class, can you quit your job right now? If you can quit your job, you're good, right? So you can survive. If not, you're going to be poor again, right? So it's only yes and no, yin and yang. That's why I teach the kids. But let's get back to the subject. When you get your mind like that, you got to have a strong mind and focus on that. All right. Don't never think you cannot do it. And that's why I eliminate the middle class. Because in the middle, well, I think, no, either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. All right. So if you a person who's focused on being a high class person, a person who want to be successful, you got to think like that. If you're going to think you're going to be poor, you're going to always be poor. If you think that one's in the middle, you ain't going to do nothing. Because you got people who out there punch a clock right now and they be like, man, I wish I coulda, woulda, woulda, shoulda, shoulda, shoulda. It's not no wish you coulda, woulda, woulda, woulda. Just do it. All right. Sometimes in life, you on this earth for one time. All right. Just go ahead and try to be the best of it. All right. Do what you enjoy. What is your hidden talents? So whatever your hidden talent is, do that. So now you know the basics. You network with other people. You start reading books and you learn. If you're good with numbers, get into the financial broker field, stock field, stuff like that. All right. And keep on going. Now, we still going to need people like that. OK, that's how it is. It's only going to be a few jobs that you can go to college and get. OK, if you're going to college to be an artist, to me, it's a waste of time and waste of money, because if you got art skill right now, you can do a whole lot of stuff. You can do NFTs. You can start your own little business up. If you got good credit and stuff. And that's another thing too, guys. Make sure your credit is tight, because living in America, credit is effing people up. Now, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of the biggest scams it is. Credit and the credit bureau. All right. All those are scams, guys. OK, it's just to keep you down. OK, and you're like, well, I work at this place right here. I've been on here for like 20, 30 years and I still can get that because of my credit. Yeah. That's how it is. But if you keep everything good, you're good. Other people can come in, get that 20 and, got good credit and stuff. They can get those other places. OK, guys. But that's how it is. Now, if you got bad credit and stuff like that, focus on other people to clear your bad credit if you're trying to get a business. All right. Look at the SBA. All right. The Small Business Association loans and stuff like that. You can go ahead and do that. Now, start your business up. It don't take that much money to start your business. Get you a business account. Look at that. Feel good about it. All right. Now, people's like, well, should I do that or whatever? Yes, do that. Do that. Corporate America is the best thing in the world. Don't let nobody tell you it's not. If not, you're going to always be poor. I'm just telling you, you're going to always be poor. Learn a system. People are like, well, you trying to play the system? No, it's not. The system is there already. When you got people working in the government, it's broken down in different sections. All right. Just like with the founding fathers, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and all those guys, when they was fighting King George, you think the whole thing it was not to pay no taxes. But guess what? We're paying taxes now because everybody went back crooked, right? Now, to beat the system like that, you got to start your own system, or you're going to be the ones trapped and not doing that for a long time, right? So you got to get in and know people. You got to talk to people. You can't be antisociable. If you're antisociable, guess what? It's not going to make it. You're not going to make it in the world. So you got to network with other people. Some people in there where you're working at right now got some, got a brain, they got some knowledge. Right? So I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I got knowledge. I listen. All right. So when you get older, you're supposed to get wiser. Right? When I was a kid, I wrote my first children's book. Did it succeed? No. I turned it in, but guess what? I felt good about it because they wrote back and told me like, hey, it's pretty good, but if you do this in a couple of years, boom, boom, boom. Right? But you got to network with people. I can't do it on myself. Right? When I was selling on Yahoo, the first auction site on there, American Online, guess what? I was making a lot of money doing that, right? But corporate America, hey, you got to go work, swipe a clock. Two different things, work, job. Job is a title, what you do. Work, you can work for yourself. You can or work for someone, but guess what? It's the thing of what you're doing. You got me? So when I said a thing, what you're doing, meaning that if you're doing something what you like, you're good. Well, I want to start me a warehouse business. I want to start. Look at those people who did that. Look at Elon, right? Look at people like Jeff, right? Look at Bill, right? Bill Gates, all right? Look at other people. Look at Trump. Look at Clinton, right? Go through their past and learn their past, not what they did, how they did in successful world, right? Successful business world. Everything what they do is business. So you got to know those differences. So start networking. So don't be a person, individual, say you can't do it. Why are you on this earth for? Don't they get bored sometimes doing the same thing over and over? Well, we got to do it. We got to make money. Network with other people. And so what's so funny about it, everybody else can do this, but most minorities, you complain about it, but at the same time you do that. Right? I got friends that are Caucasian, Black, right? Mexican, right? Puerto Rican, brown. It doesn't matter whatever you are. I got people who live in Australia, London, Nigeria. You see what I'm saying? Some people I met, some people who I talk to. You network with other people. I got people who's in Mississippi, Tennessee. You know what I mean? Illinois. Right? Minnesota, different people. You got to network with other people. Some of your kin folks probably know somebody somebody want to do the same thing you doing. But you got to find those people. You can't just sit there, I wish I could have, would have, done. And by the time you get to a certain age, you can't do it. So when you put in your work or work on anything, if you do work in technology, programming and stuff like that, that's work. Right now, I am working, talking to you to get you knowledge. A job is something that you go in a title to do, and people get it confused. And those ones when you get trapped in that middle. It's no middle. When I look at people like Snoop Dogg or anybody who was in that lifestyle, all right, stuff like when I was growing up, when I see those people, I love it because I know I can do even better too. Because once they was in a hard knock life, right? I ain't had no silver spoon. I had to crawl before I walk. I seen a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. I did a whole lot of stuff in my life. I had personal problems and still probably have personal problems. But guess what? You got to focus on your stuff if you're a man or woman. Don't let the system get you. If they trying to put you in the system for anything, bypass that stuff. And do what you gotta do. Everybody trying to be a god, right? But they not the creator. So taxes over here, Benjamin them fought for that, right? There was supposed to be no taxes. We fought for that not to have taxes. But they want to add taxes. Now you got the Social Security thing. It's like with the mentality, you know what I'm saying? The brainwash. On these years, I get like $1,100 a month now. But these people get trapped on that, dude. You don't let it get trapped on that. Get into stuff what you love. If you know numbers, get into stocks. Okay, I'm not a financial broker advisor, nothing like that. You can lose your money anytime, any place. But guess what? Did you lost it as a man or a woman? You did it for yourself. Well, I should have went ahead and keep on swiping. No. Get back up, try again. Network. The movie with Will Smith, I keep bringing this up to y'all, man. The guy is based on a true story. You can do it too. Tyler Perry was homeless before. Whole lot of people was homeless. But when you start networking with other people, it feels good. You can't do this on yourself. Not by yourself. You got to know someone. And that's why I tell people, never judge the person who out there who's homeless. Because you don't know where they came from. They might be talented. They might be smart. They might have been a mathematician before. They might be a genius. Everybody, because you see on there, is not drugs. I saw people on drugs. I saw heist back in the day. But you can't judge those people. It's always something put them in that point. So that's why you got to network with people. And that's why I try to enlighten other people. I met some guys who don't even know what cryptocurrency is. Or don't even know how to do that. Because we always the last one trying to get. Right? When we network with other people, it don't matter what color you are. Network. You understand what I'm saying? Because right now, people don't try to do that. And that's just the effing politics. That's politics. That political game. Network with other people to get your foot in the door. Right? If you're trying to program and make your own cryptocurrency, you got to network. He might know C++ programming. This other person might know how to do something. You got your web designer. You got to do this. You can't do all this stuff by yourself. So you got to network. You got to open your mouth. You got to talk. You see what I'm saying? You got to be intelligent to go in the business world. It don't matter. Sometimes I have broken English. Sometimes I talk a little country. And sometimes I just go on point when I have to do business. That's just me. Don't think that's your failure. No, you can tweak that up a little bit. Right? I look at Willie Wilson, the guy who used to sing on TV gospel. He's country. He talk country, right? But guess what? He's successful. He ran to be mayor. And y'all guys out there using failure for this because of the system. It's the system to brainwash you to keep on going. Your kids gonna be like this. They gonna be like that. No, not mine. That's over with. I'm teaching my kids already programming. That's another thing in homeschooling too. So what y'all guys gonna do? You sit here, network with people. Network with me. If you have an idea, you have a good idea, I would network with somebody. If it's a legitimate, I'm cool with that. I make this YouTube channel to help everyone. I want people to have something when they get old. The system is boo-boo. They want to look at everything. I don't know what part of the world that, you might have bad system. I know like England, London and different places like that, Australia, how the system is, all right? Here it's even worse, guys. If you mess up your Social Security, it's a done deal. It don't matter what type of job you got. If you mess up your, not your Social Security, if you mess up your credit, it's a done deal. It's always a string to keep you there. Why you think they have 3 parties to keep the eye on you? There's nothing free out there. You got to work for what you want. So you're going to be like, yeah, you said work. Work. When I'm programming, I'm working. When I'm doing crypto, when I'm doing my stock game, I'm working. When I'm getting knowledge to my kids, I'm working. I work my butt off. I worked at the airport for years. I worked in Amazon for a long time, guys. I did that. I did it for a long time. But if I would have kept on when I learned when I was 12 years old with the Yahoo, I would have already been, had out what I need. But it's just a system to keep you down, guys, okay? Now, don't be afraid to open your mouth. Wherever you at, open your mouth, right? I learned real estate by opening my mouth. I know the math problems. I know how to do all that. Some people still don't know how to do that. If you don't know how to do it, learn it. The new system in schools, as you see in my other video, is garbage, guys. They teaching your kids some drawing some line, putting a box in there. Study learning basic math. Right? Basic arithmetic, right? We look at Newton, Gallo, Hawkins, all those guys did basic math. But they trying to learn something different to keep you fail. Make your kids a failure. Because they need new recruits. Right? They need new affiliates, right? That's what that is. New recruits is your kids, your grandkids, after that, right? And when you get there and be successful, you always going to be successful. Even if you come poor, because you know how to network. That's why most people who's rich don't mess with poor people. Because they don't see that will to get. If they see a person who will to get and trying to do business right, they want to mess with you then. But when you see nothing doing else, they ain't no mess with you. That's why I'm back in the days when people was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? They seen those guys, they the hustlers. They knew who the money makers was. They knew who was putting in the work. That's why they had the clubs and everything. It's the same way, legal or illegal, guys. If you got people who want to turn around making a lot of money, you can start a legitimate business if you network right. You don't have to be in the streets forever, dude. If everybody put their brains together, it's over with. Capitalism is the best thing in the world. You like those things. You like new shoes. Well, I don't like material things. And guess what? You on this earth one time, you better try to get it and live your life. You don't like material things where you got shoes on right now. Well, they don't cost too much. You still got shoes on. It's the same thing. Yes or no. There's no middle. You get my drift? Guys, enlighten yourself, get knowledge, do something what you want to do in life before it's too late. This is XV88MARS Playground. Peace.